Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup routine with my ride or die products. I get questions every day on my Instagram asking about what my favorite products are and what my routine is regarding oily skin peoples, and I finally decided to share my favorite products with you guys. If you're interested in learning what products I use, then please keep on watching. So I've already started by filling in my eyebrows, and I use the Anastasia dip brow, and mine's in the shade medium brown. I've already started concealing underneath my eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that. And I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick to do that. So now I'm going to move on to primer. And this is the Smashbox Primerizer Primer. I love this primer. Now this primer is a pretty tacky primer compared to some of the other pore filling primers that I'm more used to using. So I like to use this one every once in a while, and it's pretty moisturizing, so if you have dry skin, I do recommend this one. You don't have to use it as a primer, but you can. It's like a 2-in-1 primer moisturizer type thing. So moving on to foundation, I like to use the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick in the shade Y365. I do have oily skin, and this foundation is a dewy foundation, but I use it anyways because I feel like it gives me a nicer finish than a matte one would. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in with my beauty sponge. By the way, yes, I'm wearing a Ninja Turtle onesie. I got this onesie so many years ago, but it still fits me and it's pretty comfy, so I like to wear it. So next I'm gonna move on to concealer, and my favorite concealer in the whole entire world is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It's really dewy, but it still has good coverage and it doesn't feel super heavy. I used to use a Shape Tape, and I honestly prefer this over the Shape Tape any day, and I'm in the shade Almond. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring this onto my eyelids as well, just so they're not naked because I'm wearing a full face today. I didn't even really blend the foundation on this side, that's hilarious. But now I'm gonna be setting with Airspun loose setting powder. I would show you what the lid looks like, but it's full of powder right now. But I do use the shade Translucent, and I buy it at Walmart for anyone who's wondering. I feel like my sponges last a lot longer when I use a separate one to apply my powder, because then my foundation one won't get crusty as quickly. I'm really packing the powder onto my nose, especially since I live in Arizona. I get oily so quickly, and I already have oily prone skin. Not oily prone, I'm sorry. I have acne prone oily skin, so I really have to powder up here, because if I don't, my face will be gone. I'll go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I like to just pat all the powder in until it's pretty much not visible anymore and there's like no more of these white spots. But if I do get these type of white spots, it's because the sponge was too wet when I applied my powder. Now, depending on how much foundation I put on and how much coverage I have on my face, I'll go in with the Fit Me foundation powder afterwards. And this one's in the shade 220. I like to use this to kind of add like an extra layer of coverage if I feel like I need it. And as you guys can see, I don't know if you can see actually. There it is. You can still see some of my scarring through my foundation. And typically I wouldn't care, but in the sun it's really noticeable. So if I'm taking pictures, I like to go ahead and add this on top. But if I'm just gonna be out and like running around, it's really not that big of a deal. But for the sake of today's video, I'm gonna add it. Now, I know it's not like a crazy dramatic difference, but I feel like it does help a little bit with kind of minimizing the redness and appearance of my scars. But typically, I won't do it unless I'm shooting pictures. Now, usually if I'm doing eyeshadow, I'll go ahead and move on to that next. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't wear eyeshadow. I just leave my eyelids bare. Maybe I'll wear an eyeliner. It depends on how I'm feeling, but I just don't really feel like doing eyeshadow today, so I'm just gonna wear some lashes. I'll put those on and I'll be right back. Actually, I changed my mind because I got the Anastasia liquid eyeliner in the mail today. This is what she looks like. I'm not gonna lie, I already took it out, but I totally forgot that I had this, and I just saw it and I was like, I need to use this. I think this is a felt tip applicator, and I'm gonna go ahead and review it for you guys. I already used it once, kind of got an idea. of how it works. So far, I picked up that it's kind of liquidy, it dries matte, and it's pretty easy to layer. It doesn't really flake. I found that other eyeliners, like the balm eyeliner, flakes if you layer it, like in case you make mistakes and you want to go over it. It's kind of hard to do so if it's going to be flaking off. So this doesn't do that. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyeliner, and yeah, let's just get in a little bit closer here. I just dropped a whole lid of Airspun powder. Well, look at that, we're back. So I'm starting from the edge of my eye and drawing a line upward. Oh, that looks horrendous. And then I'm gonna go kind of halfway on my lid and take the line over to the other end of that first line we made and connect it and make it as clean as I can possibly do it. And then I leave my eye open for this part so that I can actually see what I'm doing. And I just talked louder because I realized I was whispering, and I'm sorry if that volume change was dramatic. So I'm just connecting it to the inner corner now, and I don't like to put it on the inner part of my eye because then when I blink it will transfer to the lower lash line, and I don't want that there because then it just makes like a muddy mess, and my eyes get watery really quickly, so I don't like to have that transfer of product. So I just don't apply it there. And as you can see, it's applying pretty easily. So I guess today we're doing thick eyeliner. So that's the finished product on this side. I am gonna clean this up just because it looks kind of messy, but other than that, I'm kind of satisfied with how it came out. It's a little bit thick in the front, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm gonna clean that up real quick. So I'm gonna pop on some Miami lashes. Let me try to do that thing where you go like this and they pop on. So if that worked, then it worked. If it didn't, then here I am with lashes on, and I just snapped in the last clip for nothing. But these are the lashes on. I really like these, how separated they are. This is the bronzer I use, and this one's in the shade Tony. It's by The Balm. They don't sell it on their website anymore, but another bronzer that I do love, that I used to use all the time, which was like literally my ride or die, I used to use the Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. Literally the best bronzer in the world. I just haven't bought another one because I'm cheap. So I typically go for a more bronzy type of look, but what am I saying but for? Yeah, that's what we're gonna keep going for. And I like to apply it on my cheeks first and then go a little bit on my jawline. Again, cheeks, jawline. And I do like to run it over this area a little bit just to kind of help neutralize the tone of my foundation because it's a little bit light right now. And then I go on my temples. That's literally a bronzer helmet. Oh my god. We're gonna blend that out, but let's just try our best here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut that with translucent powder, which is the same translucent powder I used earlier. So this has been sitting long enough. So now you can see it's a little bit more cleaned up, a little bit more defined. So I'm just gonna go over and kind of just blend the edges, make it a little bit softer. And now I'm gonna move on to my nose contour. So I'm gonna go on with this fluffy brush first and the same bronzer I use on my cheeks, and directly put this under the ball of my nose. And this is gonna lift up my nose, kind of help it see more, like, you know what I mean. And then I'm bringing it up the sides to slim it down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go on top of the ball of my nose. And then I'm gonna go into some powder and clean it up. And then I like to make the same shape that I want on my nose with the powder. So So while that's sitting, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some blush, and I like to use the Note blush. I've been using this for probably like 2 years now, and this one's in the shade Desert Rose. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. Then I'm putting that on my cheeks, on my chin, and then kind of some on my temples, like, well, the front of my temples anyway. And then I like to put a lot on the tip of my nose, and then connect that. And then with the brush that I'm gonna wipe away the powder with, I'm just gonna go over the blush a little bit and clean up any lines that need to be cleaned up. Now, typically after the contour will be a little bit washed out on my nose, so I'll go back with a smaller shader brush and lightly redefine it, but I won't do anything too crazy to kind of help bring back any shape that was lost when I started blending out the powder. And I'm gonna go back and blend this out just one more time with that brush that I just used. So at this point, I'm done using translucent powder, and it's pretty safe to use some brow gel. And I like to use the Anastasia clear brow gel and just kind of put a thin layer over my brows to make sure that the hairs don't stick down, because my hairs like to go every which way possible. So I just like to secure them in place, especially with this heat. It's ridiculous. I just bent that spoolie. Hella whatevers. But now for everybody's favorite part, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use some highlight. For a day-to-day basis, I don't like a blinding highlight. I don't think it looks good for every day. So I like to use one that's a little bit more subtle, and then you can build it up if you like to get that more blinding effect. I'm gonna use the Anastasia A23 brush and just focus that directly onto the highest point of my cheekbone. And I like to dab it a little bit and then kind of go in and swirl around to help blend it. And that's pretty much all I'll do. It's still a pretty like dramatic highlight, but it's not like an artist couture Cocoa Bling, you know? Who remembers when Cocoa Bling was the only highlighter anyone used? Like, that's crazy. I do put this on my temples as well, just so I look a little bit more skin-like, and on my chin, and then I go in and kind of blend with the blush and the bronzer. I'm gonna take a smaller dome brush and apply it to the tip of my nose, and then kind of blend with my finger, and then to the bridge of my nose. You can't really see the bridge highlight unless you move a certain way in the light. And then also on my inner corners. And then of course onto my brow bone. And then lastly on my cupid's bow. And now the next step is setting spray, and I'm only going to use this one because I don't want to waste my other one. But typically on a really hot day, I would use the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay, but I don't have that much left and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to use this one because I'm not actually going anywhere. It works just as well, I feel like. I don't really know how long it lasts, but it does make my makeup have like a really nice dewy finish, so we're going to spray that. I like to keep my eyes closed during this process because sometimes my mascara transfers and my makeup creases, so I just think it's best to keep everything kind of flat until it dries. You can go in with some lower lash mascara, but if I'm going for a more like doll-like look, I won't put mascara on. I feel like sometimes when I put it on, I regret putting it on just because I feel cuter without it. The next step after setting spray would to be go back in. Did that make sense? To go back in with my powder brush and just go over the spots where I get the most oily. So definitely my T-zone and on the tip of my nose and in this, that's nasty, in this under eye area right here. And kind of just anywhere where, you know, I rot a little bit faster. Now for the most probably requested part of this video, what is my lip combo? In every Instagram picture that I post, I'm wearing the same lipstick combo, and it is actually a drugstore lip liner and just a nude lipstick. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what products those are right now. So these are the NYX Lip Suede lip liners, and this one's in the shade Dainty Days, and then this one's in the shade Sandstorm. As you can see, Sandstorm is a little bit darker and more of a mauve color, and Dainty Days is a lighter peachy pink. And I like to do this one when I'm wearing more smoky looks. That way my lips can be more nude. And I like to wear this one when I'm not having much going on in my eyes and I want to have a little bit more color present on my lips. So since I'm just wearing eyeliner today, I'm going to go ahead and use the Sandstorm lip liner. So now that I've lined the outside completely, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill in the edges a little bit. And this just makes blending the lipstick into the lip liner that much easier, which of course everyone wants. So I don't know where my lipstick's at. I found it! This is a MAC lipstick and they sent it to me a long time ago. And the bottom says stripped and then right underneath it says sample. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means it's like a color they were testing out or if I got a sample lipstick or what, but I can't find it anywhere on their website. But it is just like a basic nude. Literally, you guys can see that's the lipstick all the way rolled up. I use it all the time and I like to just dab it on. Only thing I do have to say is that if your lips are really dry, it's gonna accentuate the texture so much, it's disgusting. But if you're like me, then you can just put lip gloss over it. Now, typically I wouldn't reach for a gloss, but if I do reach for a gloss, it's the Urban Decay All Nighter, I think. Not the All Nighter, I'm sorry, hold on. High Shine Gloss, I think. Where did I put that hole? I lose everything. Anyways, point of the story, it's basically a nude lip gloss with like little gold sparkles in it. And it's not so sparkly that it's like overwhelming. I'm looking for that gloss right now. That's what I'm doing, looking around. But it is really cute. So the gloss reminds me of something similar to this gloss. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this one on since I can't find my other one. But I will link the other one down below. I just really reach for any nude gloss I see. And this one is from Sugar Rush, which is Tarte's brand, and it smells like candy. It smells so good. This one is a little bit thick and a little bit sticky, so I wouldn't recommend it, but it's what I had nearby, so it works. So that was my everyday makeup routine. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, then you could definitely leave a like or a comment or whatever you want, and I'll try to get back to you. But other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Bye! Also, a lot of people ask me about what music I listen to, and there's a lot of different stuff that I like to listen to depending on my mood. But I figured out what I'm going to be doing to make that easier for you guys, just because I don't want to do playlist videos because I don't make playlists. But I want to do this thing where I start including one song at the end of my videos that I show you guys that I've been listening to like that week, because I upload weekly. That way you guys can stay updated with what I'm listening to, and it's kind of a fun little segment where you guys can just get that little bit at the end of my videos. So let me know what you guys think of that idea and if you want me to keep doing it. Yeah. So this song is called Borrowed Love and it is by Metro Boomin. And the song features Sway Lee and Wizkid. Shout out to Katrina, by the way, for putting me on this song.